I'm very tempted to get this. I have 2 books left that I need to read. I started this one, and then I have one more, and then I don't have any other books on my reading list. I mean, summer is the perfect time to try this because I have so much more time. Laying in bed with an ear infection, possibly 2 ear infections. Just been doing a lot of reading, writing. I'm trying to debate which genre I want to do. Okay, so I just pulled up Wheel of Names and I put every single genre in except for spicy. That's just not my thing. I have to be open, so I did put romance in, I did put fantasy in, I did put nonfiction in because I just rarely read nonfiction anymore. I just don't typically like reading romance books in general. If romance comes along with the plot, then I'm okay with it. Spinning the wheel. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I'm scared. I don't really want to read a thriller, but I do like thrillers. I don't know, I've just been reading a lot of dark books and I feel like I need a happy book. I don't know. Let's try it one more time. I know I said I only do it once, but I do typically like thrillers, but I've read so many scary books recently. Ooh. Sci-fi elements. You know what? We're gonna go with that. Alright, guys. Okay. Hey guys, so it's about a week later and I got the package. I'm not going to show you the front side because it has my address and their address. I am going to open this up. It wasn't supposed to come until Thursday, but it came early, so I'm not complaining. Here it is. Amazing. I'm going to take it out so you can see it better. I'm so excited. I honestly don't know what to expect. I realized after the fact that I could say what I like and don't like, so I didn't tell them any of my favorite or least favorite tropes. But they added this on, which this is an extra. Let's see what this is. Oh my gosh! Gummy bears! So cute. We got a little lollipop and it's organic. That's great. I have a bunch of stomach problems, so that's really great for me. I got avocado hand cream, which is so great because I always overwash my hands and so they crack and stuff, so I very much need hand cream. And watermelon lip balm. I love this. So here it is. On the back we have books by the dozen. I'm excited. And ooh, I got chamomile, or is it chamomile? I always pronounce it both ways, but I don't know which is the right way. I've never tried it before, even though I've been wanting to try this type of tea for a while. I hate to open it because it looks so cute. I'm such a fan of wax seals. I think I can just pull off the string. That's awesome. I gotta open the packaging and take out the book. So cute. Let's take a look at the bookmark. Blind date with a book. You'd be amazed how much research you can get done when you have no life whatsoever. Ready Player One. I've never read Ready Player One, but cool quote. It's a cute bookmark. You get one with every book. I'm gonna be collecting these now. I really don't need to be, but it's so fun. Look at this. It's all laminated and it's got this cute little thing. Got self-care affirmations. Self-care affirmations. Let's see. It says, I easily face my fears and overcome them. And then of course we got chamomile. All right, now for the moment of truth. Sci-fi elements. Oh, okay. That's why they gave me a Ready Player One bookmark. It's Ready Player One. I don't think I ever saw the movie though. How many pages is this? I don't look at the end, I just look at the page numbers. 374. I've been reading a lot of books in this range, so I think that's good. Thankfully I have not read it. Thankfully I have not gotten it spoiled. It's time for my blind date with a book. You don't know how many times I filmed that. I'm going to start off by saying I have never read this book or seen the movie or have had anything from the movie or the book ever spoiled. I got this about a week ago. I'm so excited to read it now though, because in the past week I have developed a huge Detroit Become Human hyperfixation. Anyways, now I'm super into sci-fi and this is about a video game, I think. I have no idea what it's actually about. Let me read the back of the book so I can tell you. So it is about video games. I think I'm in the right headspace for this book and I'm ready to take it on. But first, tea. Here's my first time trying chamomile tea, chamomile tea. Not sure which way to pronounce it. I use both, but here we go. It's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. It's decent. It's no Earl Grey, but it's decent. I love Earl Grey. That's my favorite. I had that this morning. All right. Hi guys. I'm literally balancing my phone on a penguin stuffed animal right now, so hopefully it holds. I finished Ready Player One. I finished it a few days ago, so I've had some time to sit, think about it, process it. I could have finished this a lot sooner. It probably took me realistically about 5 days to read it, but I spaced those days out because I was kind of in the middle of a video game obsession, and I kind of still am. But I think it's fitting because this book is about video games, so I couldn't feel that guilty about it because this book is totally enabling it. I thought it was really good. I like science fiction a lot, but I'm very much of the realm of realism science fiction, where, how would I describe that? I would say like superheroes is the most science fiction I get typically because it's real world setting, like New York and there's Spider-Man, you know? I like the familiarity and adding science fiction elements. And this does that, but also it world builds a digital world that's like a video game world. So that is very much more out of my realm of what I'm usually comfortable reading. I'm not like against world building. I think it's really impressive what people can create, but I'm just more into realism or stories that take place in the real world, but add some magical or sci-fi or fantasy elements. I like challenging myself to read something I normally wouldn't, and I really enjoyed it. I loved the found family trope. It was very found family. There was some romance, but I felt like the found family was also very strong, so it was very fulfilling because I'd been wanting to read found family that doesn't just focus on romance. And yes, the main character did like this one girl, but he had other friends and there were other relationships that were really important to the story that weren't romantic, which I really appreciated. The writing of the main female character was so well done. I felt like she was 100% a nerdy teenage girl. She was my age. She started the book off as 19 and ended it as 20. She reminded me a lot of myself, the way she talked. She was a total nerd. She liked video games. She was an English major. I'm studying theater and English in university. So I liked her a lot and I thought she was written very well. I don't go out and seek an author because of their gender, but I just happen to read mostly female authors because the type of books I'm into just typically are written by women, like Victorian novels, Regency era novels. There were 1 or 2 books I've read recently that were written by men, and this the way they portray the women, it just kind of unsettles me. And sure, some of them were written 40 years ago, so that's why they wrote like that back then, but it still makes you a little uncomfortable as a woman, you know? I thought he did a pretty good job writing a woman, and a nerdy girl too, because I like that she was actually a nerd and not just like, oh, this drop dead gorgeous, absolutely like stereotypical love interest. There was so much thought put into the book in the world building particularly. It was a video game world. There were so many 80s references. There were so many old video game references. There were so many references to so many different pieces of media. It was really impressive. And that was the point because these characters are so obsessed with this one guy's life who built this video game world, and they want to be the ones that find the hidden Easter egg that's built into the game. The only way for them to figure it out is to know as much about his life as possible to solve his riddles that he put in the game. So obviously they want to know a lot about him, but he did a really good job showing the extensive obsession of all of these characters with this man. They decided they needed to know every little thing about his life, and I felt that was very true to fandom culture. Just even more extreme though. It's like he took fandom culture and turned it up a notch. It was such a creative trope. It was such a creative story idea. I also was impressed because I know he had to know a lot about the 1980s to make them seem that crazy. But I really enjoyed this blind date with a book. I'm
very much would love to do another one. I'm not sure what genre, but I really loved reading a sci-fi book because I do really love science fiction, but I don't read a lot of science fiction. I watch a lot of science fiction. I write a lot of science fiction. I also play a lot of science fiction video games. I just love the genre so much. One of my favorite novels, Frankenstein, is the first ever science fiction book. It was nice reading another science fiction book that was very much more modern. I think if I had to rate it, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. It was good. It was definitely like a really good book. There are some parts of the book where I'm like, I cannot put this down, but then there's other parts where I was kind of like, a lot of paragraphs. But I liked how there was some variation in how the story was told through scoreboards or chat logs. I really liked that. That was really interesting. But sometimes it could get a bit description heavy, but I understand because you're world building, but I'm very much a dialogue person. I love dialogue in books. I love it so much. That might be because I'm a playwright, screenwriting major. I love reading stories that have so much dialogue because I feel you can learn so much about a character by the way they speak, just the subtleties. They can say things but not actually say them, but you still know like what the character means or what they're like based on how they say something. I feel like that's my main critique of the book. I wish there was more of that. I would have loved to hear more chat logs. I felt like a lot of it was telling, but also I understand because you gotta world build, and it was still a really good book. But that's just my opinion, and let me know if there's a genre you would like me to read next. All right, I'll see you guys soon.